I fed Bronco, right? I didn't just leave him starving, did I? No, of course not. You ran the weather monitoring system on battery powers. The storm moved south and you were spared the worst of it. By morning, it had completely passed. Oh, don't you love the smell after the rains? You spent the morning sifting through the washed-up junk piles, but it was just a bunch of waterlogged crap. Megan's still exploring the outside. Can't say if it was your engineering or dumb luck, but yeah, we made a full face mask. Alright, we could upgrade the cow statue, or the duct tape, or the atomic battery. Atomic battery. Greetings, tax evader. Your taxes are 229,003 years overdue. Blacksmith beeping these words menacingly in an intergalactic tax collector. I let it in because its credentials looked absolutely legitimate. The civil servants are due their respect. It deems you liable for this entire planet. I knew a surprise visit was in order, and here you are. I will begin by confiscating your ship. Step outside or else, the sphere commands. Do something, Captain. Well, we're gonna have to beat it up. I mean, you can't ration with it. You're starving, Dee Dee. Have some soup. Oh boy. Hope we can find food. A tax collector was requisitioning our ship. You dragged it forcibly to the ship's droid service socket. It beeped furiously, throwing paragraphs and citations at you. But the law was no match for your muscles. You plunged it in and I overwrote the assessment of you. The intergalactic tax collector backed down. It gave you an option to file a complaint describing procedures more painful than a robot canal, with 3 terabytes of forms and a 60-year wait. Assured you had no grievance, it left. Okay. Alright. That's good. Last night I was browsing through some of the designs of the beautiful machine. Never you mind why. Now pay attention. I found a food dispensing machine on board. All shuttles in the Astro Citizen program were equipped with one. Ours is missing a lever, but apart from that it seems functional. It's hardly rocket science. You should manage to fix it, but how? With duct tape, of course. I guess we'll upgrade the cow statue. Why not? Hungry. Hopefully Dee Dee finds some fucking... Not Dee Dee. Hopefully Megan finds some food out there. Gets back soon. Maybe like another day. Official government research shows there is not a thing in the universe that cannot be fixed without duct tape. You're very resourceful to tape a chair leg where the lever used to be. Now just a little pull, and there you go, Captain. A brand new can of soup, straight from the vending machine. Unfortunately, there was only one portion inside. Don't worry, I already got rid of the remaining junk. Oh, okay. Well, we don't have an infinite supply of soup. We do have some old science equipment tucked away in our various parts of the shuttle in case of an emergency research. If you really lose a can of soup, you could try to find a way to improve the formula. The label lists and ingredients are tomatoes, water, and salt. We could add anything and potentially create a more delicious soup in the galaxy. Just imagine the possibilities, Captain. I suppose. I mean, we are short on food, but go ahead. Can we not make any more? No. Oh, no, of course not. You're not starving, are you? Neither of you? Good. Go to the next day. Ah, you're back, Megan. Sadly, you weren't able to improve the soup recipe in any significant way due to the absence of anything else edible on board. I guess you could have just added more soup to that. Megan survived her sandy walk in solitude and seems weak, full and disturbed, but the key point is that she's still breathing. You listen as she begins to vividly describe the events of her exfoliating excursion. Megan was attacked by Vindicator, a biotech-enhanced living weapon from ancient times. But her aim was true. A few shots forced the monsters to retreat. The wounds healed instantly, though, and the gun got sandy during the fight, which reduced its function. Mineral columns grew from the desert like fingers. Megan harvested plenty. The fact that you can find soup out here will never cease to amaze me. Anyway, Megan brought back some soup. Sand got everywhere, but it's all over now. The silence gave Megan plenty of time to think. For example, why all statues of cows? We'll never know, Megan. You're weak and you're tired. You're starving, Bronco. Bronco. You must eat, Bronco. We'll upgrade the gun. So you can't go out, but Dee Dee can go out. Oh my god, we don't have a book. I'm sorry. We don't have it. Alright, Dee Dee. We could send you back out here. 4 out of 12 locations. How do we find more locations? Alright, Dee Dee, go back out there. Take a can of soup and a gas mask. There you go, Dee Dee. And we're already feeding you, yeah? Okay. Alright. Next day, then. Wonder if Dee Dee's gonna find anything. Yesterday, we picked up a transmission that's been playing for years. However, since the message was a foreign language, we weren't able to do anything about it because you can't fucking understand it. Back on Earth, Megan developed a terrible habit of getting car sick when other people were driving. Fun fact, shuttles don't need to be moving to make people nauseous. Just the thought of hurtling through space can be enough to trigger shuttle sickness in certain people. Megan is violently ill. She's asking for you, Captain. She's fond of you, and she just wants you to hold her while she rides it out. Will you hold Megan until her nausea passes? I suppose so, Megan. Hungry and weak? Okay. I guess we'll upgrade the duct tape. Alright, TD, we're counting on you to find something out there. I don't know if there's anything out there. We already done searched the damn place. I don't know if we can find any more shit out there. He sat with Megan until she was done being sick. It wasn't pretty, neither the sights nor the smells. But somehow you both made it through. You hoped this would be your last encounter with shuttle sickness, but knew that there would probably be more. Okay. Captain, there's been a constant interference with our comms as of late. The musical notes playing on repeat. It's starting to become annoying. You could do something about it, but it might just stop if we keep ignoring it. Who else could deal with this conundrum? Well, you're a genius, Megan, so you got to probably solve that problem. Not starving. Yeah, you are, Megan. You're starving. Here, have some food. Don't you me, Megan. Don't you sass me, Megan. Megan analyzed the repeating sound pattern and understood what needed to be done. An answer to complete the sequence was in order. A few tries later, she hummed a melody that seemed to complete the sequence. The artifact we previously found shimmered for a bit, surprising everyone, but other than that, other than the sound being silenced, nothing else happened. Alright. Megan used to collect minerals back on Earth. Do not call them crystals unless you want to get an earful. I don't know how she got them past Space Security Station, but she managed to sneak a few of her favorite specimens onto the shuttle. Megan's fond of you, Captain, and we need those minerals. Do you think you could convince her to sacrifice her precious specimens for the cause, or just so, you know, to survive? No, I don't care. We need food more than the minerals. The minerals aren't going to do anything for us. We would need that sciencey thing, which is like biomatter or something. You didn't ask Megan to sacrifice her minerals for the good of the mission. Instead, you let her come to you. She eagerly showed you all of the colorful gleaming stones in her collection. A weary look passed over her, and she decided that there was no reason to hoard such a rich stash of minerals for herself, if they could be used for everyone's benefit. Aw, thank you, Megan. Wow, it's really nice of you, Megan. I wasn't even going to ask you for them, you know? While exploring the shuttle's closest vicinity, you realized that what you thought was a rock formation is actually an ancient dispenser machine, cracked with dust and dirt, or caked with dust and dirt, covered with simple depictions of soup cans. It seems to have run out of power a long time ago. We could try to fix it, but how? With the atomic battery. More soup cans would be really useful. Day 50. I wonder if I've ever survived 50 days. The soup dispenser we found nearby was briefly rejuvenated when you connected the battery of the ancient receptacle. It came alive, playing a merry tune, and broke down just a few seconds later. In the brief time it was operational, the machine released a refreshing aroma into the atmosphere. Some of it reached you through the suit and improved your vigor. Dee Dee has completed her wild romp in the swamp. She seems a bit sickly, well-fed, and upset, but of paramount importance is that she's not dead. You pay attention as she begins to recount her story. Dee Dee tripped on a weird island, and released gas in the filters, and etc. And got 12 thing, and then scattered all these cans, and got some more soup. Dee Dee, the worst excursions make the best stories. Good thing Dee Dee's home safe. Dee Dee assures you can still count on her friendship. Thanks, Dee Dee. You're tired. And everybody's just hungry. See that locked safe in the corner, Captain? This is the captain's safe. It's meant for you. You have the code, of course. No, does not compute. Were you really appointed the captain by Astro Citizen Command? I will give you the benefit of the doubt for now. Since you don't have the code, will you try to open the safe by force, or are you going to rely on your dexterity? By force. Baby Bronco. Bronco. Make a can of soup. Yeah, we need the soup. Oh, look, the upgraded sock. Cutting-edge sock. Stops insanity, or so they say. Futuristic gun. Extra sticky tape. Fancy lighter. Oh, man. That's neat. Day 51. So about the safe, you managed to force it open. Zero-G Jim is doing wonders for you, Captain. The only thing inside was a piece of paper which read, "To do. Put something useful in the safe. Thanks for nothing." Oh, great. I'm detecting ancient structure very nearby, totally camouflaged by the surrounding landscape. The front resembles a yawning face. It's a temple, a secret one. There could be treasure inside. What route will you take to explore the temple? Strength, because we're stupid. We're dumb. We're not very smart here, but we are strong. You don't need soup, Bronco. Alright, let's check this fucking building out, I guess. Chose the path through the secret temple that tested your physicality. You hopped over the pits full of colorful balls and swung across cushioned chasms as well as placed vines. When you reached the final room, the temple shook as a giant face on its front awoke. A booming voice said, "Oh, now claim your reward." There was nothing in the final room but an empty pedestal. "Oh, I guess another player already claimed the treasure. Thank you for playing. Tales of the Secret Temple," the voice said. This is most distressing, but there is an unknown group spying on our location every other day. What do they want? The shuttle sounds a bit rickety, Captain. A fan above the terminal is making a clicking sound, and there's a big cable knot behind one of the panels. I recommend a touch of spring cleaning. We don't have a ladder to balance one of the chairs, and check behind the fan. Alternatively, you could try to untie the knot with the cable. Apparently, our crew is brilliant, so we're gonna solve it that way. And then I suppose we should send Dee Dee out again. To somewhere. It says 4 out of 12 locations, but how do I unlock more locations? Like, how would I unlock more? I don't understand. Maybe if we send Dee Dee to the canyon and we give her a soup can and the armor. Maybe the armor was what she needed. Cause she got hit by rocks last time, right? Can we make more soup? No. Nobody's starving, right? None of you are starving? Good. Next day. Come back, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, we need your help. You and Megan untangled the wiring behind one of the shuttle's panels. You found 2 pills of Astro Citizen multivitamins along with wiring space. Or at least it looked like the multivitamins you remembered. I still think it was mice droppings. Either way, you both feel revitalized after eating them. Oh boy. Dee Dee left a deeper plum and not so gorgeous gorge. While checking on the ship's exterior, you stumble upon something half buried underneath the dirt. You take a few minutes to uncover it and find that it's apparently a can of soup held in a stone hand. You can try to pull it out by force and probably damage the carving in the process, or leave it be and just spend some time examining it on the spot. It might be hard locating it later, though. The storm on this planet covers things up fast. Well, we are strong, and we are also starving. Oh, we are running out of food. Oh, Megan. Running out of food, Megan. Let's hope we can get this can of soup. Tug as you might, you failed to retrieve the soup, and the soup can stuck in the stony grass next to our shuttle. You had to come back on board before a spell of bad weather moved to our area. Whatever held that can is probably all covered up by dust and dirt now. it would be counterproductive to try to find it again. You'll just have to keep guessing when what its purpose was. God damn it. Well, we have once more picked up a foreign language. We don't have a book. We have no way of making a goddamn book. Payload officer and payload specialist? What the fuck does that mean? Alright. Next day. Hoping for Dee Dee to come home. Come on back to... Oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? Yesterday we picked up a transmission that's been playing for years. However, if I were you, I'd make sure to find it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but what the fuck is going on here? Space communist? Who the fuck is this? What the fuck? Alright, okay, first of all, Captain, there are a couple of spacemen having a roadside picnic outside. Wait a minute, they are wearing Soviet spacesuits, and they are singing Kalanka. What are the Soviets doing here? Are they the mysterious group that's been watching us? Oh no, it was a distraction. They're trying to break through into the shuttle. One of them boarded the shuttle. Stand your ground, Captain. Oh fuck, we gave Dee Dee the armor. Use the artifact! I have a gun. Why couldn't I use the gun? We're gonna have to dismantle this battery. Well, let's hope for the best. Space communists finally got me. I always knew this is how it would go. There were a few things quite as scary as a true believer with an artifact in his hands. The attackers clearly shared that fear and retreated in a hurry. You better run, you commies. We were able to defend ourselves this time around, but we need to remember that the specter is haunting this world. The specter of communism. This isn't over. I'm surprised that worked. Sir, something has infected Baki, the backup AI module. Perhaps its interference is something on this planet. Frankly, Baki needs a reboot. He's overloading the fan system. Someone agile should leap up and... Oh man, hey folks, I'm warming the tin, and Baki's here to fix it. I'll become your biggest fan. Alright, Megan, solve this problem. Meanwhile, we gotta make some soup, or we're gonna die. Bronco's hair is getting pretty long. I'm surprised. While Baki was in control, you asked the Lilith Megan to leap up and shove some of the armor into the rapid revolving rotator. The fan jammed just long enough for me to reboot Baki. I just need a tighter leash on him in the future. He's more of a superficial intelligence, but don't say that to his face. He also has a Farley ego. Dee Dee successfully completed her foray into the canyon. She looks to have been hit by falling rocks. Well, that was what the armor was for, Dee Dee. She looked like she'd been hit by falling rocks, and the cardiac is up, blah, 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 echoes, and etc. You grab a seat and begins to explain, and consists of falling rocks in size. It's made by, yeah, scared Dee Dee, but her armor prevented serious injury. Good. The armor was mangled, though. Fuck. Alright. Old batteries. Dee Dee noticed a book. Yes. What kind of monster throws away perfectly good books? Well, it's kind of late for that. The communist already came, Dee Dee. Trying to figure out why the tomato soup is available. Dee Dee found like one. Well, it's better than nothing, Dee Dee. You're tired and you're hungry. You're hungry. Bronco. Bronco, you must eat, Bronco. We have no shovel, goddammit. This planet's violent storms are quite a show, aren't they, Captain? Particularly the strong one is moving its way now. According to my readings, I predict quite a bit of shaking as it passes by. May I suggest some safety measures? We should be fine. But the shaking could damage some of our supplies if we had something to prop them up with. Oh, we got nothing. You know it's going to damage the soup. You know it's going to damage the soup, and we should just eat the damn soup now. Well, hopefully it doesn't. It's going to damage something. Oh no, Bronco. Oh, we need that for fucking soup. God damn it. You decided we didn't have the proper tools to secure our supplies, and instead the storm hit. You personally held them in place and tried to remain vigilant, but some pieces of our stash fell on the ground and broke away. Lost a bunch of our chemical agents. and substances, and contains on the contents of containers spilled on the floor, contaminated and useless. We just have to make do without them. Dee Dee is complaining. Alright, Dee Dee. Might want to secure some rations. Well, shit. I'm glad I finally convinced you to go for a short walk around the shuttle and stretch out a little bit outside, even if you claimed I forced you with all my constant whining. It's for your own good, Captain. When you stepped outside, you noticed a small asteroid coming right at you. You tried to run back inside, but it looks like the airlock snapped shut behind you. I need a moment to reopen the doors for you. So you need to figure out a way to deal with the asteroid yourself. Will you dodge out of the way gracefully or grab the nearest flat and heavy rock and act as a makeshift shield? Obviously, strength. Show them your strength, Bronco. Stay 59. The fucking communists are back! No! Quick thinking if a well-needed brawn allowed you to shield yourself from the asteroid hit. Did the communists try to hit me with an asteroid? That was close. On further inspection, the asteroid remains remind you of particularly partially chewed bubble gum. This gave you a few ideas about the scale of the universe and its inhabitants, and you weren't too keen on to entertain. It's the fucking space communists. They're back. The Soviets, they're back, and they're all over the shuttle. We cannot allow communism to take foothold here in the Astro Citizen vessel. Prepare to fight. One of them's aboard the ship. Wear your armor, Bronco. All we can make is another stupid battery. Actually, if I make the battery, maybe I can recycle the battery into the thing we need. So yeah, let's make the battery, I guess. Oh wait, anybody starving? Megan. Megan, you're starving to death. Oh, this is gonna end poorly. It's day 60. Oh boy. I must admit, it was touching to see you shield your crew from the attack. The fact that you were wearing armor does not diminish your heroics and very, very crazy act. You better run, you commies. We were able to defend ourselves this time around, but you need to remember that the Spectre is haunting this world, etc. The communists are just going to keep attacking us, aren't they? Dee Dee's starving. Oh. Something fell from the sky in a flash, and now you're surprised and surrounded by a swarm of red-winged somethings. Of course, I anticipated this. This is scenario number 87,394B. The small creatures are flying into our walls in waves, causing the hull to reverberate like a speaker. Are you God? They reverberated for generations? We have been searching for the one who thinks outside the hive. Each jump from planet to planet decimates us. Are you the one? I, for one, believe you deserve a cult following, Captain, but that is your choice. Use the artifact. Dee Dee, you're starving to death, and we can't fix that, Dee Dee. Unless we recycle this battery. We only get 10. It's maybe enough for a can of soup. Here, Dee Dee. Have some soup. Also, Dee Dee. You're going back to the swamps. Here, why don't you take the gas mask and yeah, just the gas mask, I guess. Alright, Dee Dee. Have a good trip. Hopefully we don't die by the communists. Or die at all. A swarm of tiny red aliens spoke to you through the hull's vibration. You tried answering, but they just hovered over our ship like flies over fresh manure. Then you took out the artifact and the improbable happened. They moved in unison with your movements. You spoke, anticipating their questions, and they flew in response. Your minds must have touched and you heard each other. You read the handbook to them, revealing the galaxy's laws. They flew in synchronicity with your lips the whole while. While you finished, they drew an intricate shape in the air, and you looked calmly as if you understood. At last they sped away. Alright, Dee Dee went to go survey the thing. We are starving. Can you hear my teeth chattering, Captain? Of course you can't, because I'm a computer. I have no teeth. Duh. Still, I regret to inform you that the heat module is stuck in the cooling feedback loop. It's going to get very cold very soon. The vacuum tubes will be fine, but you should protect yourself or you'll freeze, Captain. Alright, let's use the lighter. Quickly, make some more soup. Starving to death. Got no soup. Hopefully, hopefully Bronco can survive a day of starving. The heat module was reset to factory default and is running in tropical setting. Captain suggestion, why don't we make the lighter a heat module backup system? It worked today, it will work again. Your stomach is still rumbling. You won't survive long if you don't eat something. Bronco, have food, Bronco. I'm detecting a huge energy surge beneath the surface. Seismic waves. I think there's an earthquake coming. The shuttle is sturdy, but this ground isn't. The soil has a high potential to liquefy when the earthquake hits. There's a better patch of rocky ground a few yards ahead. You can use the shuttle's thrusters to scoot onto it, but if you overshoot, you'll be on even worse ground than you are now. Will you accept the maneuver? Yeah, okay. Let's do it, Bronco. Use the shuttle's thrusters to scoot onto a better patch of ground, coming to a rest on the edge of the rocky soil the moment the earthquake hit. A few nightmarish seconds, the shuttle bucked to and fro like a bad atmospheric entry, but the shaking stopped. You opened your eyes and the strangest silence followed. Then you laughed. You might want to secure some rations. Transmission picked up in a foreign language. Yes, use the handbook so we can figure out that it's finally the communists. Do we not have any armor anymore? Fuck, man. We might have to recycle some of this shit. Not the artifact. We need that. Alright. Hopefully DD returns with some food. Otherwise, we're screwed. I guess we could finally learn what these transmissions are. It's the fucking communists are back! Use the guide to translate the mysterious message. Okay. Yesterday we picked up a transmission that was playing for years. Since the message was in a foreign language, you had to use the guide to decode its meaning. While you weren't able to translate the entirety of the message, you did figure out that it described an ancient pyramid, the location of which you were able to determine. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to explore that pyramid. Keep that in mind when planning your next expedition, Captain. Oh, great. It's the fucking communists are back. The Soviets, they're back, and they're all over the shuttle. We cannot allow communism to take foothold here in the Astro Citizen vessel. Fair fight, Captain. Oh. Use the armor. Make a goddamn atomic battery so we can break it down. Oh, you're starving, Megan. There's no more food, Megan. I'm sorry. Oh, Dee Dee's back. I must admit, it was touching to see you shield the crewmates. You better run, commies. Dee Dee went through a mission, paramount, some useful components, and a can of soup. Oh God, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, we are so glad to see you. Have a can of soup. We need to make a can of soup. I am a machine. Machines cannot hear voices. The voices that I'm not hearing right now are getting very loud, though. Oh, you hear them too? My weight sensors are picking something up as well. Two-dimensional species. That would explain why my cameras are missing them. Or missed them. Quite vicious, I gather, with one decisive yell. The voices are approaching fast. The air inside the doors looks very empty, yet very hostile all of a sudden. How will you defend us, Captain? We're going to communicate. We're also going to send Megan to this pyramid. I don't know what the fuck that means. There's a pentagram. But Megan, you're going to go there, and I suppose bring a gun with you. Because, I mean, and take the artifact too, yeah. Because maybe the pyramid has something to do with the artifact. That makes sense, right? Alright, yeah. Okay, Megan. It's gonna be up to you, Megan. Find out the mysteries of this. Uh-oh. A two-dimensional species attacked our ship. You chose words instead of violence. Immediately, a stream of accusations flew from the communicator. The voices claimed you were prejudiced against the no-depth. Unflappable. You apologized for all three-dimensional beings. They were touched, called you both flat in spirit, and vowed friendship toward the depth dependent. Megan set off to learn the new secrets of the pyramid. Let's hope she'll come back. Okay. Bronco, you gotta eat. Captain, Dee Dee is bored. So bored she doesn't want to bother you, so she won't complain. She just looks around the ship loudly. Oh, she just looks around and sighs loudly. If you trust she would not damage anything, you could encourage her to tinker with something on board. Maybe it would help her escape the black hole of boredom for a while. Yeah, here, why don't you go ahead and fuck around with the mask. Whatever. Oh no, we can't make any more soup. Yeah, okay. Alright. Day 67. We're surviving for a while here. I'm surprised. When you handed Dee Dee the mask, she got a little teary. She told you she wore all sorts of fun outfits during her figure skating career. You talked for a while about your favorite movies and moved on with your day. Good on you for taking care of your crew, Captain. That's nice. Oh, you're starving. That's not good. Something seems to be troubling you, Captain. I've registered you keep staring outside the window into the endless void. Why? Did you lose something? I see. You're remembering Earth. I admit it was nice before the nuclear barbecue that it is. I can switch off for a second, Captain. Do you wish for a moment to yourself? I don't know, I guess. You can't do anything about it. Need to make some more soup. I'm sorry, Dee Dee. You're gonna have to starve a little bit. I hope it's cool with you. We don't have any soup to feed you. Day 68. The communists are back! That's right, Captain. Keep your emotions in check and develop unhealthy coping mechanisms. That should keep you standing. Why sulk by yourself when you can share all the grim topics with your crewmates? Isn't complaining one of the human pastimes for you humans? Oh, the fucking communists are back. Craft some more soup. Here, Dee Dee. Trying to keep you alive as long as I can, Dee Dee. Soviets are back. Armor.